pretty interesting was that doctors have found a horrible new coronavirus complication. Support for the protests worldwide. New evidence supporting credibility of Tara Reid's allegation against Joe Biden that the case should be dropped because the FBI framed him. Hey guys, VerityPub here. If you're new to the channel, every day I post a video within a 7-minute time frame of some atypical news that the mainstream media generally does not cover. But if you do already know the information I'm presenting, hopefully I'm presenting an article that brings to light new information that you were not aware of, or the headlines did not provide you, or however you get your news sources. And I will use quite a variety. Obviously, I will find some articles that are on Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, the mainstream media sources, but I will make an effort to try to find good articles on some other sources that you probably haven't even heard of, but still put out great quality articles. So hope you guys enjoy the video. So the first article I'm going to jump into for you guys is an article talking about Kim Jong-un's death. So today, the North Korean government has stopped subduing information getting passed around referring to his death. So before the government is trying to cover up the death, and if he may not actually be dead, he may just be in a vegetative state, but it's a pretty common belief that something happened to his health. And there's rumors going around that he's dead, and the media there is no longer, it's still passing it around, but they're no longer getting hindered by the government about it. So the government was pressing on them not to say that stuff. Now they're allowing it, guys. Pretty big deal, because that kind of adds evidence to the fact that he may actually be dead, guys, which brings into the possibility of his sister taking in charge, because from my understanding that she has a lot of power in North Korea, being his sister. But I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll really see what happens. There's all kinds of new satellite images that are coming out about his train, about some luxury boats off the coast of Korea that are also in Mirror articles that I saw. But I will post the link to this primary article that I'm showing you guys here. Also today, The Hill put out an article that says Trump has evidence linking the coronavirus to the Wuhan lab. Now, Trump said this himself in a press briefing today, but he is not showing the evidence yet, guys. He's just pretty much saying we have a good amount of evidence that came from Wuhan lab. Now, there's also reports saying that it was not man-made, guys, that this was a natural thing, but it's possible that the strain that is getting contracted within humans was influenced in a way, not necessarily on purpose, but could have been an effect by the tests that they were doing. From my understanding, it's tests on animals. They were injecting animals with diseases. They would die. They would dispose of the bodies, but this can create some sort of mutation within the virus to pass on to humans as the cycle continues, guys. So this is honestly one of the biggest articles out today. I'm surprised they're not talking more about it. Trump basically said we are pretty confident that it came from the Wuhan lab and that there's evidence for it. Now, he's not coming out with it yet, guys, but the fact that the President of the United States said that, it definitely holds some merit. Now, some more evidence with the Michael Flynn case, guys. Strzok notes were found that he and Lisa Page, have edited notes related to the Flynn interview, guys. Apparently there was not enough evidence to prosecute Michael Flynn, and Strzok intervened with that decision, basically saying, oh, there's not derogatory information. Well, it looks like we're gonna have to convince him to lie in a way during a questioning. Now, guys, that sounds a little weird because he did plead guilty to this, but there's tactics that these guys use whenever they talk to criminals that can convince them to plead guilty to something they actually didn't plead guilty to. And there's lots of talks about these tactics not being correct, especially in America, because that's mostly used on juveniles or somebody who's not necessarily the best informed. But coming from the FBI, they probably know some even deeper tricks than local police officers do, guys. They definitely did some bad things with Michael Flynn. They edited notes They found the handwritten notes that show this, and there's text messages that is showing this plot, guys. And this is a big deal because Lisa Page and Strzok were both already under investigation for texts that were found earlier related to them wanting to overthrow the president as FBI agents during an investigation, which by itself is already enough. But the fact that this is coming out now, and Flynn's attorney is pretty much prepared to get the case thrown from the judges, he's going to get exonerated from this information. It's just a matter of time before all the people that are connected to this web of this decision making with Flynn, with all kinds of people, guys. I think there's going to be a lot more coming out. These are FBI agents. The FBI is a well-known organization across the world for investigating all kinds of types of crimes, counterterrorism, embezzlement, some of the biggest scandals of our history. The FBI investigates, and this is adding a stain to the name, guys. So I'll definitely keep you informed with any new information every day about this Michael Flynn case. Now, guys, I thought I would make a final article, even though the video gets cut a bit short, on some good news that's definitely not going to make it to the headlines just because it's not as imperative as the Michael Flynn, Lisa Page, as well as the Tara Reid or the COVID-19 crisis. Is some steps have been made towards the US landing on the moon again in 2024 with SpaceX, Blue Origin, and a third company that I have not heard of before called Dynetics out of Huntsville, Alabama. One of them will get a reward contract for being capable of landing on the moon and like having a positive test, of course, but eventually also go to Mars. So the US is going back to the moon off of private industry, guys, which has never happened before. And honestly, it could end up turning really good or really negative when it comes to space exploration, guys, but it's definitely gonna happen with the moon. And if the lunar landers are very good, which I'm assuming they will because these three companies are very good companies, they'll go on to Mars with them as well, guys. So just thought I would end it on a good note. I hope you guys liked the video. Please subscribe, leave a thumbs up, share with your friends, and I'll post another video tomorrow. Have a good one, guys.